वीर्यं करवावहै यजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Okay, now please read verse number 11 onwards or 10 onwards. Read. न विक्षेपो न चैकाग्र्यं नातिबोधो न मूढता न सुखं न च वा दुःखं उपशान्तस्य योगिनः स्वराज्ये भक्ष्यवृत्तौ च लाभालाभे जने वने निर्विकल्पस्वभावस्य न विशोषोऽस्ति योगिनः क्व धर्म क्व च वा कामः क्व चार्थः क्व विवेकिता इदं कृतं इदं नेति द्वन्द्वैर्मुक्तस्य योगिनः कृत्यं किमपि नैवास्ति न क्वापि रुधिरञ्जना यथा जीवनमेवेह जीवन्मुक्तस्य योगिनः कृत्यं किमपि नैवास्ति न क्वापि रुधिरञ्जना यथा जीवनमेवेह जीवन्मुक्तस्य योगिनः। See, these texts we have been taking now for a long time. Also we have studied Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, so many other texts we have studied, read. This particular text is something really out of the world. No wonder they say that you must read this book at the end of all your readings. After you finish all your books, the beginner's book, the Upanishads, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, everything, after you will read all these books, lastly this must be read, because as in the very first class, if you remember, I told some years back, maybe, these books, this particular book is not for revealing the truth, but to revel in the truth. It's not to reveal, but to revel. Revelry. Both the teacher as well as the student, both are reveling in the absolute. Because all that is to be told is told, all that is to be done is done, all that is to be written, all that is to be talked about, everything is over. There is no more need for any reading, talking, meditating, not meditating, doing something, not doing something. Just pure, absolute revelry. There is nothing else. It's like there was a teacher, he was a great teacher. He will be teaching wonderful things, of course, always nice teaching. But he will be carrying a book with him all the time. So the students are very curious because everybody will always wonder, no, how? Many times people ask after I listen to the class, Swami, where from you get these ideas? Because nobody wants to believe that it comes from within. Nobody wants to believe, because from them nothing comes. From inside them nothing comes. This is total barren land. So naturally the person, where from you got it? Meaning, can I have a book, then I can also talk like you? It doesn't work that way. Anyway, the teacher was moving around always with a book. So the students are very curious. What is that book he is taking? And many times, many students will go there and ask him. They will ask him, can I have that book? No. Then when he says, no one, no, then people become more curious. What is that he is holding on to that? Every information is here. And that is why he is not sharing that book, because we will also know the source. Because many people are like that, because they cannot believe that the source of every idea is yourself. Because they deal with ideas, not the truth. The people, those who revel in the truth, they are not interested in the books. Because they are the most profound books, the profoundest of the books. Written, unwritten, it doesn't matter, because for them they read themselves, those who know the truth. There is no preparation, there is no borrowing ideas, there is no taking something from somewhere, there is no such stuff. It's all, what can you say? Anyway, let me finish that story. So the student was very curious, and whenever they will ask, can you have that book? He said, no, you can't. So that makes them more curious. What is that something the whole treasury is keeping with him and is not giving it to us? Then there was one who was very insistent, very persistent, and succeeded in taking the book from the teacher. And when he took the book from the teacher, of course, there was nobody that time, and he took it away, straight went to his room. Because he wanted to read what is that book there. And when he opened the book, it's all totally empty. Pure white pages. There is nothing written there. Not a word written there. Now he was totally flabbergasted. He said, what is this? Then he comes running to the teacher and says, what is this? He said, what is what? This is a book where nothing is written. He said, yes, but don't you think there is plenty of ideas to ponder? There are infinite ideas to ponder over. Because when there is nothing written, anything can be caught from there, no? Other than beauty. When you have something, when you are stuck on something, you lose sight of everything. It's so beautiful. Do you really understand that? It's like holding on to one sound, you lose the beauty of all-pervasive silence. Holding on to a form, you lose the beauty of the all-pervasive formless. Holding on to a name, you lose sight of the nameless. Therefore, it doesn't mean something wrong with the name or the form. It is something wrong with you, that since you do not know yourself, you lose yourself in a name. If you lose yourself in a name, it is not the mistake of the name. If you lose yourself in the form, it is not the mistake of the form. Please understand. Because if the names and forms are to be dismissed, then you yourself also will go. You have to die. Your physical body has to be taken away. So what is the idea? Listen, so beautiful. That there is a name is not misleading. That you lose yourself in the name is misleading. That there is a form is not misleading. That you lose yourself in the form is misleading. That there is a word that is not misleading. That you lose yourself in that word is misleading. In an empty book where there is absolutely nothing, where there is absolutely nothing, how many ideas can come out of it? So the students, when they heard about it, they could not believe. That means where all it is coming, what all the teacher is talking, where from it is coming? It is not from the books, but from himself. And this is why you don't do hold on to the book. This Upanishad, this particular text, ASHTAVAKRA Gita, is so beautiful because here every word is because it's not depending on the details now. It is, you cannot tell this class to the first, you cannot share. This type of thoughts with a person who is a beginner becomes very difficult. The person who starts with Tattva Bodha, beginner's class, he has to be told what is a gross body, what is a subtle body, what is a causal body, what is this food sheath and all that stuff. Then what is the waking state, what is the dream state, what is the deep sleep state, then how I am the consciousness itself, which is different from the waking, different from dream, different from sleep. This has to be maintained, this has to be revealed, or else he will not understand the language of the awareness, the absolute. He must, because at this moment he has a confusion about the I. When he has a confusion about the I, you cannot say, there is no confusion, there is only one absolute. He doesn't understand. So a lot of time has to be spent in the beginning stages, giving the student a hold on to himself with the, what they call, neti nyaya. Not this, not this, not this, not this. Who are you? Anything that you are objectifying is not yourself. It's something so beautiful. Anything that you see, anything that you objectify is not yourself. Remember that beautiful things I have shared with you. There is a huge difference between who you are and what you have. When I say, don't see. When I don't say also, you must see. Meaning, when I am saying, you should see, nothing wrong. But when you go back home, I am not there to say, but you must, your mind must speak. As I told you, I think in the last class somewhere, until you teach yourself, you have not learned. Remember that statement. It's a very, very powerful statement. Until you teach yourself, you have not learned. The student says, the teacher says, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. Yes, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. I pick it, I get it by heart. But when I go home and 3 and 3, 2 3s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I see this, it gets into my head. When I have taught myself, then only I have learnt. Same thing also. Who you are is different from what you have. Yeah, very exciting. Listen carefully. If you sit down there to enjoy that concept, but not go beyond the concept, you will not gain anything. Then it becomes an entertainment. It becomes a pure entertainment. Oh, it is so nice. Then somebody says something else. Oh, it is so sad. What? Once it is nice, it cannot be sad again. Understand? Because if you once appreciate who you are, it doesn't matter thereafter what comes on the way. Because who you are is untouchable, untouched, unassailable. Nobody can reach it, nobody can challenge it, nobody can take it away from you. Vinasam abhayasyasya nakaschit kartumarati. As Bhagavan so beautifully says in Bhagavad Gita. Asya abhayasya vinasa nakaschit kartumarati. Hey Arjuna, nobody can touch this abhaya, this imperishable. Nobody can touch this imperishable, absolute, inexhaustible. Bhagavan apina kartumarati. Shankara will comment, even God himself cannot destroy it. Nobody can destroy it because that is yourself. It's like, how are you going to destroy this space? Just a relative example. You can demolish a house, demolish the space, bombard the space. Just bombard the space. You cannot bombard the space. You can bombard a city, you can bombard a building. In Hiroshima, Nagasaki, when the most powerful bombs exploded, everything exploded. The space was not contaminated. The space, there is no radiation. The space is the same space before, during and after explosion. Space is same. It cannot be touched. Akasa. That is why this example of Akasa always given in the tradition. Akasavat nirlepoham. Like space, I am untouchable. The space cannot be touched. So if you can feel touched by anything, affected by anything, like he gives you, na vikshepana chaka aikagryam, na atibodhana moodata. These are the relative stages of life, relative conditions of mind, relative conditions of the world. Vikshepa aikagryam. Sometimes the mind can be, there is vikshepa, agitation, thoughts after thoughts after thoughts after thoughts coming. Listen carefully. This is your picture. There can be aikagryam. Aikagryam means where there is no thought. There is only maybe once in a while one thought is coming. Or there is just one thought. You are neither just one thought nor you are many the thoughts. You are the consciousness in whose presence a thought comes or thoughts come. So that is why neither the thoughts are held responsible. Are you getting that point? You don't hold the thoughts responsible. You are a thinker already. Even a gross man will not understand that point, because for the gross man, it is not the thought which punishes him, it is the absence of the object punishes him. He is so stupid. For a very, very ordinary person, please see, ask, where are you? Grow up, see the dimensions. A physical dimensions, which is tangible, gross, physical dimension, of which your physical body is an integral part. Your body is tangible, can be touched, can be heard, can be seen, tasted, smelled, experienced, tangible. Same thing also the physical universe. Your thoughts, intangible. The thoughts of a sound, the memories of a sound or a touch or a taste or a smell. And ask yourself, what is really bothering you in life? The gross tangible universe or the memory of it? How sweet, huh? Do you really feel it? Just don't take it as an idea. So exciting. No. Sit down and feel it. See it for yourself. When you are all sitting down all alone, 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40-year-old, your world has completely changed. Your little physical universe. What is your physical universe? Your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, your child, your house, your car. You understand? In this massive, pervasive physical universe, few physical objects are very much dear to me. My father, my mother, my brother, my husband, my wife, my child is none of your business. What I have or I don't have, poverty, prosperity means nothing to you. Thoughts can drive you crazy. This morning newspaper, did you read? If you did, anyway, so there are a million newspapers, which one you can read? Anyway, I read one stupid paper just for little information. That paper also I don't like it anymore. The nice cartoon was coming, that cartoon they have changed to some useless thing. Anyway, that doesn't matter, don't worry about it. Simply making a joke. When you pick it up somewhere, the interesting piece of news. True, in Brazil it has happened. There was a man and a wife, they have got a 6-year-old child. But both were abandoned kids. They were, they don't know their parentage. So what they wanted to know about their parentage, so both decided. So the woman joined a radio show, but they help you to find your parentage. Anybody missing in your family, then they can find you, help you to find. And after a few talks, he comes across a relative, comes across somebody, then comes across the mother. And this boy also has the same surname and also comes across the mother. Can you believe the husband and wife are the brothers and sisters? 10 years they have been married. They have a 6-year-old child. Just think. Now don't sit down there as a holy man and passing judgment on everybody. Don't do that. Brother and sister, now married. And you know what is what was the consequence? When they asked, now he said, it doesn't matter anymore. They continue to live now as husband and wife, and child is there. This, the play of thought. That you are a brother, that you are a husband, that you are a wife, that you are a child, you understand that point. It's very, very powerful. Only when you go through that you shall see that. Because if you know the onslaught of the thought, the way the thoughts persecute you, wrong statement, the way you have allowed yourself to be persecuted by thought is unimaginable. Because I will never blame thoughts. I will never blame the objects. I will never blame anybody in this universe, including God. The whole creation. You never blame in this creation. Nothing. You never blame anybody or anything at any time. You must hold yourself 100% responsible that you are stupid enough not to know how to handle your thought. Because nobody, listen carefully, nobody can reach you, nobody can punish you without the person creating a thought in your head, right or wrong? A very nicely one gentleman told, I don't know where, somewhere, so many things you read, some point come out somewhere. There is a person who is very, very critical. And the person who was criticized, he felt devastated. He goes to his teacher, he said, why this person is so critical? The teacher smiled and said, you must learn to appreciate. Your critics will tell about you certain things which the friends will hide. Sometimes that does not mean whatever your critics say is true. You listen to them, but don't get overwhelmed by it. Don't get overwhelmed by it. Just like some friends can point out some good side of you, but don't feel flattered and overwhelmed. Your critic can talk some nonsense about you. Don't feel desperate, disappointed and overwhelmed. Are you getting that point? And the last, the punchline is said, but remember, you shall never see a statue for a critic. You shall always see the statue of the criticized. Those who are slandered, destroyed, criticized, were made, mocked at. Those are the people, because they have something they have. Simple thing as that. So nobody can reach you, listen carefully. That is why you don't feel affected. If you feel somewhere affected, whether by the praise or by the slander, then you don't understand anything. So those are the two different conditions, whether it is vikshepa or ekagrya. There is more thoughts or less thought. Ultimately, you must learn how to handle your thought. Atibodha mudhata. Somebody is very smart, atibodha, intelligent, sharp. You say, he grasps. Atibodha. Other place, mudha. 20 times you talk, he doesn't understand. Even after that, what? Yes, he doesn't understand. Two different conditions. You understand, nobody can reach you. Nobody in this universe can reach you. Your worst persecutor is you. Your worst persecutor is you. And your worst, the best admirer only can be you. Because what you know about yourself, nobody shall know. And the beauty of it is, when you recognize something about yourself, suddenly it is no more an exclusive domain, but your so-called exclusive domain is all inclusive. As much I am wonderful, that much you are wonderful. As much I am immortal, that much you are immortal. As much I am the happiness, that much you are the happiness. As much I am the divine, that much you are the divine. So I have nothing special about it. It makes it so sweet. The moment the comparison comes, you shall be destroyed. Because in comparison, understand, in comparison shall come the jealousy, envy, pride, arrogance, diffidence. All these things will come. In comparison to you, once you come across somebody who is lesser than you, it involves arrogance. If you come across somebody who is bigger than you, greater than you, it invokes jealousy. You cannot escape because you have never seen that oneness of the being. Is it only outside? Same thing inside. If you are affected by the vikshepa, so many thoughts are coming. When there is a little thought, Abba. Suppose you feel very, very relaxed because there is a little thought. When there are too many thoughts coming, because you have not seen the oneness of your being. It always returns to you. Are you getting that point? It always returns to you. Don't say the other person is torturing, other persons are bothering me, other person is talking. No. If that person is suppose getting some satisfaction by being critical of you, give him that pleasure. Give him that pleasure. What to do? It's like the other day, some long times back, some 10 years back, I had been to a particular place. And the person was telling, Swamiji, I was told your school is getting, are you selling the school? I said, yes, we are planning. Are you happy? If the person wants to receive some bad news, so give them some bad news. Why not entertain somebody? If my pain can give somebody pleasure, let it be so. Because the pain is something which I have, not who I am. If what I have can give somebody happiness, why not? Suppose what I have something gives somebody unhappiness, then what can I do? You can't help yourself. This is the trouble. That is why you must be very, 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 very sensitive. And instead of passing judgment on other people, what the other man does not do, says or doesn't say, come back to yourself. Because please understand, your mind is an outsider inside. Work on it, you must work on it. Because don't just get thrilled by a statement, because this statement I have already given you. But it is so fantastic if you really catch it. Your mind is an outsider inside. Because when you sit down quietly, who talks to you? And about what? Totally irrelevant memories will be keep coming. You sit down there and see who is the biggest gossip in the world. Just think. You say, why are you talking nonsense? So nice. When somebody is talking nonsense, you get very angry with them. When your own mind talking nonsense, you lap it up, right? Think. Why the life doesn't change? Because what all you expect other people not to do, your mind is persistently doing it. And as long as you are, giving a part to your mind, and you think you are the smartest one, there is nothing wrong in that. Don't worry, you shall be the only one who shall be continuously confused. And you shall be suffering all the time. Because who is the biggest gossip? Your own mind. Talks nonsense. And see the power of the thought. From that example, you look at the power of the thought. The whole world will perhaps look down upon that man and woman. But the circumstances in which they have grown, as kids they were thrown out. Some are the brother, some are the sister. They grown up, somehow they have made together. And they married. But now they cannot go back to brother and sister as even. If you are brother and sister, you cannot go back to or go forward to getting married. These people have lived so long as husband and wife, they cannot go back to the relationship brother and sister. Who is better? Just think. Because of our thinking and conditioning, what shall you say? This is ridiculous, should not happen. They must not do like. Yeah. Very nice, very easy to say that. Very easy to say that. Think of the mind. That is why a religious indoctrination can destroy you. Spiritual indoctrination, secular indoctrination. Everywhere, most of the time, our thoughts become the source of the greatest persecution. What is this ignorance? Think, friends, what is this ignorance? Ignorance about myself. What is that? I say, I am the body. Who is persecuting me? The body is persecuting me? Think. Is the body persecuting me? The creation is persecuting me? The death is persecuting me? Think. Who is persecuting you? The body has no agenda, no plan. The death doesn't target. I am thy. That's right. I take everything onto myself. And this I, which seems to be persecuting, why? Because I don't know anything about myself. That is why I also is a name. I also is a thought. How can a name, how can a thought ever persecute anything? That means what? Persecution is a myth. How sweet. You understand? This moment you see that clarity, yeah, that's right. But cloud comes back. That is why when you go home, go back to yourself, you see what you have been seeing here. You make it for yourself. That's right. Who is persecuting me? You must take the responsibility. Other day, when I had gone out some place now recently, then one person was driving me around a beautiful, lovely place. Then he said, Swamiji, can I ask you a question? I said, yes. So will you please tell me, Swamiji, what is the truth? That the teacher comes to the student or the student comes to the teacher? You know, these type of ideas are floating around, romantic ideas, you know. The teacher finds the student or the student finds, when the student is ready, the teacher arrives. It's all that. Fabulous garbage goes on in the world anyway, doesn't matter, think of it. Which one is truth? Student comes to teacher, or teacher comes to... I say, why are you having a doubt? Simple thing you ask yourself, does the patient go to a doctor or doctor comes to the patient? Simple thing. Does the patient look for a doctor or the doctors are looking for the patient? Unless you are, you understand the limitation. I'm not talking about a doctor who is trying to make some money, that type of example, okay? So that is when the gurus look for the student, it becomes professional guru, waste of time. The doctors do not look for the patient. The patients look for a doctor. Listen carefully. The patients look for a doctor. He said, yeah, that's right. I said, tell me, as a patient, when do you go to a doctor? As long as you think you can manage with your patient, with your disease, you don't go to a doctor. As long as you think you can manage with your disease, you don't go to a doctor. Until it becomes unmanageable. Bhavaroga, the samsara, the disease of a samsara. The samsara, that is a disease. This changes, death, mortality, disappointments, samsara. Everything is continuously changing. That's a disease. As long as we know somehow to manage, we don't look for a teacher. Bhavaroga. Only when it is unmanageable, oh boy, very difficult. I don't think I can handle this boss. I can handle my wife. I can handle my parents. I can handle my child. I can handle my husband. I can handle my neighbor. Boy, I don't think it can be possible. Then only you go. or I cannot handle my emptiness. It's very, very difficult. So much uncertainty, so much insecurity, I cannot handle it anymore. Previously you could forget it and it was not a problem. Now you cannot forget it anymore. That is the time you go to the teacher. And by going to the teacher, listen carefully, by going to the teacher, just by visiting a teacher, you will not understand anything. Yesterday one gentleman came here. He is coming to put up there is on September, somebody's some function they are having here. They want to put up a big Shamiana and other things. So big Shamiana. So this big person is coming now, the Shamiana people. So he wanted to saw the ashram paying for the first time, saw the ashram. He said, oh, it's such a beautiful place in Madras. I never thought such a beautiful place exists. It's so nice. He insisted. We went to the office and insisted on our Babu, that boy, that can I see the Swamiji? He said, oh, you are lucky, yesterday you only came back and all that. Then he comes and sees me. Then he says, first thing, he says, oh, I'm so happy because I am the one, somehow I get always involved with the religious get-togethers. He named a few people. Did that for this religion, that religion, I put huge Samianas in the beaches and this place and that place, and I do it. But one thing, Swamiji, is somehow at this stage of my life, I don't feel comfortable at all. I said, this is the classic case. By visiting hospital, nobody gets cured. You can be very well doing all the Samyana for all the gods as well as the so-called God followers, but nothing will happen to you. Just think of it. Nothing will happen to you. You are doing a business of meditation. But because nobody is coming to attend your meditation class, you are going through agitation. How nice. You are doing stress management, but people are not patronizing your stress management, therefore you are stressed out. How fantastic. Just see that. You have to take complete charge of yourself. You have to take complete charge of yourself. Because what is bothering you? Sit down. The tangible universe is static. Static, it doesn't move onto you. No object targets you. The sounds have no plan that they must reach you and disturb you. The sounds happen, touches happen, tastes happen, everything happening. Thoughts also happen. Then you get hooked onto the thought. Think. You get hooked onto the thought. Fact is, body is aging. Body is aging. I am aging. Finished. One thought. So when you hold on to that, that is where you collapse. But the moment you see everything as it is, where you see that? In yourself. Then what happens is, everything becomes beautiful. Because please remember, creation is such a blissful existence, where everything is always in meditation. The ocean is in meditation, the mountain is in meditation, the creation is in meditation, body is in meditation, the eyes, the sense organs are also in meditation. There is no agitation for the sense organs. Eyes don't go crazy. The body doesn't go crazy for anything. The creation doesn't go crazy for anything. Yet thought by itself is not a craze. Consciousness illumines it all. Only in between one thought, I want it, I don't want it. That is why a vikshepa is not a vikshepa unless you name it as a vikshepa. An agitation is not an agitation unless you name it. A thought is not an agitation until you brand it as agitation. Right or wrong? Think for yourself. An object is not an attraction until you brand it as an attraction. That is why the same object being there, when you feel devastated about it, pulled about it, you feel attracted towards it, another person says, what do you see there? Think. Who is doing it? Only you. So you are your worst persecutor. And if you persecute yourself, you don't need anybody. And when you persecute yourself, you shall persecute everybody. Because when other people's pain is more than yours, you feel relieved. Why the angry man wants to kill everybody? Because his anger is intolerable. His jealousy, his hatred is intolerable. Can you say happiness is intolerable? Take that statement. How am I happy? I am so happy. I cannot tolerate my happiness. Anybody? How much happiness you can tolerate? Tolerate? That's my nature. So out of happiness, how can you destroy somebody? But because your pain is intolerable, you shall give pain to others. You create inconvenience for me, I shall create more inconvenience for you. That is why people who are self-persecuting persecute others. People who are disturbed shall disturb others. A happy man, one who is happy, restful with himself, cannot even think of disturbing even a leaf. What do you understand? There is no such thing. What he says, there is no such thing. Kartavyam, what is to be done? It comes. Krutyam kimapi naivasti. Verse number 13 it comes. Anyway, don't worry about it. Krutyam kimapi naivasti. There is no such thing which he must do in order to be happy. Or there is no such thing which he should not do in order to be happy. Your happiness is independent of what you do or do not do. What is achieved or not achieved. Unconditional. For most people, happiness means conditions apply. What is your happiness? If only I can have a house. You can have 2 dogs, one big, one small. If only I can have 3 cars, one for the bedroom, one for the outside, another for the, crazy ideas, no. If only my wife smiles whenever I return home. If only my child gives me a hug when I come. Whenever I go to my father's house, he must give me a diamond or jewelry. Whenever I visit my friend's house, they must give me a appreciation. You have decided to be totally miserable in life because nobody will understand. Your expectations are invisible. Understand? You expect other people to be mind readers. What all crazy ideas I have got, other people must satisfy. How do you do that? You don't want to talk about it, because if you talk about it, you shall reveal yourself that how much you are expecting from everybody. So I shall not talk, but you must understand. Wonderful. You understand? I will not say anything, but other person must understand everything. How? How? Think, friends. That is why a self-sufficient, understand, it's not the, again this language has to correct it. I was going to tell you, self-sufficient child. The child is not self-sufficient. The child is not yet self-insufficient. The child is not self-sufficient. The child is not happy, remember that. Child is not happy, child is not unhappy. The child is not sufficient, the child is not insufficient. Growing up, finished. That is why the child, they love everything. After some time, they start getting angry. I asked my mommy to give me chocolate, never gave. I asked my mommy to give me that type of dress, never gave. I asked my daddy to bring that one, never gave. Finished. Anger comes. What happened to self-sufficiency of the childhood? No, they were self-insufficient, not insufficient. Now, the lack has come, the sense of unhappiness has come in. So if you have got, there is no such thing by doing which I shall be happy. Or, much more important, there is no such thought by thinking which I will be happy, or there is no such thought by not thinking which I will be happy. Oof, you take that idea. Because by doing, not doing, you can understand. That is, everybody says that. You should not do this, then you will be happy. Don't do this, or do this, you shall be happy. Those are all for babies. Because it is not what you do that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think. Right or wrong? That is why your motive behind your action. The action doesn't bring you happiness or unhappiness. Think, friends. You must think. You can be giving 100,000 rupees to somebody for helping, but in your motive is, everybody must tell how charitable you are. They must put a garland around your neck. And sir, always, whenever they see you, they should say, sir, there is nobody greater charitable person than you. And nobody ever has time for that nonsense. You get angry with the whole world. The world is insensitive. Even after I do so much, they don't even recognize. Yes, beautiful. For God's sake, don't do. You want to do because you do. That sufficiency, that fulfillment comes from within. There is no such condition. With these thoughts, I shall be happy. What is indoctrination? Spiritual, religious, or secular? Secular indoctrination is, this is the thought. This will make me happy. If these thoughts are always God thoughts. Some other thought comes, devil has started working now. What a headache. Resistance. Why this thought is coming? Why that thought should not come? Why that particular thought should not come? Ask yourself. It should not come because I feel disturbed by this presence, therefore it should not come. Don't worry. You shall be disturbed even if it doesn't come. Why? There shall be a fear inside. It may come later on. Because you have fear. You have no fearlessness. When you are fearless, being with yourself who you are, what to say? What to say? You know, tell me the language of freedom, huh? Language of the absolute satisfaction, absolute fulfillment, absolute happiness. What language can describe it? No conditions apply. Your happiness doesn't depend on anything. Your being who you are doesn't depend on anything. Understand? Your being who you are doesn't depend on anything. What you have needs a lot of conditioning. Your physical body to remain young, oh boy, you have to work really hard. Remain healthy, you have to work really hard. Extension of mortality needs tremendous effort. Immortality, effortless. Removing inconveniences, tremendous impact, effort. Getting more comfort, very, very effort. To be happy, effortless. Happiness is effortless. Comfort, we have to work for it. You want comfort, work for it. Oh. Please. Na sukham na chava dukham upashantasya yoginah. Yoginah upashantasya. One who is totally upashanta, meaning this ahankar, I thought is finished. I thought is finished means you have understood, seen the meaning of the word I. You know about yourself as to who you are, and you don't depend on a name called I, a thought called I, a word called I, a concept called I, to be yourself, upashanta, that much. It's not that the upasanta jagat jiva is shishya acharya ishvara brahmam, the beautiful language, upashanta, everything is resolved. What is that? Jagat, jiva, ishvara, shishya, acharya, that there is a creation, there is a creator, the created entity, the individual, shishya, the disciple, acharya, the guru. All these things are wiped out. Why? Because ahankar is wiped out. The I thought is wiped out. Not that the creation is dissolved. Not that the creation runs away, creation disappears. Not that the object disappears. Listen carefully. Not that the creation disappears, the object disappears. Not that the God disappears, not your body disappears. I disappear. When you disappear, the sense of conflict disappears everywhere. Do you understand that? Like your deep sleep. Like your deep sleep. Your deep sleep, what happens? It looks like your mind disappears, therefore you disappear. You want to repeat it in working state, so that thought disappears, I disappear. Should you repeat that ignorance? That type of delusion? When everything goes away, I am very happy. Deep sleep. Oh wow. So sweet. Really, really, really. Do you understand? When you disappear, the sense of you means what? That I thought. Meaning you go to the sense of being who you are, the meaning of the word I, how to talk about it. The meaning of the word I. When you see that, thereafter doesn't matter if the I thought is there, other thoughts are there, body is there, creation is there, everything is there. It makes no difference to you. Na sukham na va dukkham. Nothing is there, it doesn't matter to you also. The presence doesn't create fulfillment, absence doesn't create emptiness. But in the world, what happens is, suppose you are happy in somebody's absence, they shall feel threatened. Huh? You can be happy without me. So, how was your day? Suppose you go to some market for 3 hours or 3 days, some visiting friends for 3 days, then you come back and ask your husband or wife or your parents, so how is everything? Abba, you are not there, we are so happy. Immediately all things shall be destroyed, What? I'm such a pain. Of course. Then why are you asking? So you want to have an idea that you are such a precious person, without you my life will be useless, right? Everybody wants to hear that. Without him or without her, my life is useless. So the fellow feels very important. In wisdom, when somebody says, when I don't come to you, it is fantastic. Appa, release, go. I don't need this teaching anymore. I don't need this teacher anymore. I don't need this book anymore. Why? I am not there. Not because I want a different teacher, different book. Changing the object of happiness shall not bring you happiness. Don't worry. Changing the scripture will not make you wise. Changing the teacher will not make you wise. Changing the gods will not make you enlightened. You only have to change yourself. No hope, no chance. Until you see the truth of yourself, you can go on changing anything, nothing will happen. Don't worry about it. So the persons, we are fed like that. What? To say, oh, without you life will be like that. Yes, to give the fool some importance, to feed the fellow, to feed his ego, you can tell that, without you I am really very miserable, then the fellow will feel very happy and do whatever you want to do. Right? Okay, tell the fool. You don't understand, one day the person doesn't have to go, the life will snatch him. The time will take her. Get ready for that. Oh, it's so easy to get ready for other people's departure. Watch out. Can you live when your own physical body is going to die? Can you be alive even when your physical body is going to die? Then you have made it. And while being alive with the body, even in your thoughts that you like do not come, or thoughts you do not like come, does it matter to you? I have no likes and dislikes. I am with myself. So any thought is fantastic. You have made it. Such a person, sukham dukkham, upashantasya yogina, the person is upashanta. What is gone? Not the creation has not disappeared. The world has not disappeared. The body has not disappeared. Only the sense of ahankar. I am this body, this I. How sweet. For me to be happy, I don't have to kill my father, destroy my brother, kill my parents, kill everybody, or destroy everybody, or renounce the world, renounce everybody, denounce everybody. No, no, no. Only one thing, myself. If this is the principle everybody understands, tell me what is the violence in this creation? Just what is the violence? What is the idea? You must be non-violent. How? As long as the individuality is there, you shall be perpetrating some violence or other, either with somebody, against somebody, or against your own body, against your own thought. When you are happy with yourself, upashanta, thereafter everything is fine. When you are self-sufficient, happy with yourself, who is affected by you? Who is affected by you? That is why perhaps these people remain single, with singular bliss. Why? Because if the other person is not the same way available, the other person will always want to be told how wonderful he is. How long can you tell lies? You are wonderful, therefore I am happy. This is a lie. You can't repeat it. Oh, true, Swami, it is very tiring to tell my husband, to tell my wife, to tell my children that they are wonderful. It's a lie. Ask yourself, if your body is getting old, your body is getting funny, your body is becoming sick, so are you able to take it? No, you are telling a lie. You are living a lie. I can tell my husband or wife or child or friends that they are so wonderful, but my body must be always wonderful. We understand your wisdom, upside down. Don't worry about it. Even if your body goes crazy, that is how the body is. I have to take care, take care. Doesn't work, doesn't work. Some people are very, very objective about their body, but when it comes to their emotions, they cannot. Their thoughts, they cannot. Their values, they cannot. Their religious beliefs, they cannot. They have to be told, oh, my religious belief is the ultimate. What I believe, that is the ultimate. They shall be destroyed too. Understand? This little confusion can remain in invisible layers. You think you have surpassed everything, but you have not surpassed the idea that you have not surpassed everything. You think you have surpassed everything, but you have not surpassed that idea. You are stuck with that thought, where you self-congratulating, I have surpassed everything. Therefore you are intolerant. By chance somebody tells you to do this, I have gone beyond that. Why are you getting so worked up about it? If you have gone beyond it, where from your reactions coming? If you have gone beyond everything, where from your reaction is coming? Reaction means, listen carefully, reaction means the presence of the individuality. A conscious reaction, only you shall know. But if your reaction is really eating you up, consuming you, and that is forcing you to act in a horrible way that can affect many people, that is not conscious reaction. Conscious reaction has a tremendous light but no heat. Understand? A conscious reaction has tremendous light but it has no heat. Very soothing, appearing like a rock but soft as a petal. That is conscious reaction. It's like you shout at the child because shout at somebody because the child has made a mistake. You shout, but neither it burns you nor it burns others. It changes him, helps him to change. So beautiful. What to say? For such a person, therefore, Nirvikalpa svabhasya na vishesha asti yogina na vishesha asti nirvikalpa svabha swarajyi bhaksha vrittau cha labha labhe jane vane swarajya bhaksha vritti. Swaraj now is in the heavens, empires. Swarajya is the monarch of all that he surveys. Prosperous. Bhaksha vrittau cha. Or now is begging. You understand, sir? When you have everything, think. When you have everything, you are the fittest person to beg. Do you know why? When people know you have everything, but suppose you go to somebody's house and say, they know you have thousands of acres of land, so much of food you have got. But one day suppose the fellow goes there and asks somebody, hey, can I have little some pori? Somebody is frying pori, pori, that puffed rice. Can I have something? What the other man will say? Please, you want some pori? Yes. Happily everybody will share because you are acting poor. Acting is not in a pretentious way, not a pretentious way. Because you have everything, you don't mind begging. Whereas a beggar will not beg. A poor man will not beg because for him, poverty is the prodding factor. When a prosperity is there, and out of prosperity, out of sense of tremendous satisfaction, you are asking for something. It's a pleasure for you, a blessing for the other person also. It's like Krishna eating, what is that? Pori, right? Whatever, nel pori. Krishna eating that little fried rice from Sudama's hand. Sudama is so. Krishna has everything. The story is like that. When Krishna was eating, first thing he ate is fine. Second one, Lakshmi caught up his hand. You know, they say, because he is Vishnu, no. He said, look, by eating that much, now he is going to get so much things you don't know. If you eat the second one, he is getting me, Lakshmi now. No, don't. In a sense, please think of it. When you are so happy with yourself, what is that thought? What is that condition with which you cannot live? Only you can answer that question. Nobody else can answer it for you. Happily live. You can do that which cannot be cured must be endured. That is huge philosophy. That which cannot be cured must be endured. What type of life is that? Happily living. Sahanam sarvadukkhana, as Bhagavan says in Shankara says, Sahanam sarvadukkhana. Living with everything. Tolerating everything. Apratigara purvakam. Without taking recourse to a pratigara, a solution. Why? Because I am so happy, I don't have to change it. When you remain happy with the worst condition without changing it, the other person will automatically change it. Because it's a human mind. The person cannot remain static. The person shall change. Because now you learn how to be with it. Because you understand. It's like you try it, you will see. You are in a plane, sit down there. It has happened. I'm not telling you, for God's grace, I don't want to talk nonsense. It looks as though I'm the very only person. It's not like that. But when you go sometimes the plane, I always like the aisle seat, okay. When you go there, middle fellow, there is nobody is excellent. But suppose he is there, what will happen? Now, this is a small thing. So you have to put your hand, he has to put his hand. Now how many hands it can take? Right? So what do? You just think that you have put, the other person has put the hand, you don't know what to do. The other person not conscious, he will put the hand on your hand. So what do? It doesn't matter, you take it out. So what do? For some time, you completely take it out. Yes, it can happen, the person can be like that for the whole flight also. But most of the time, they also get tired. How long can they keep it? They drop it. Then take it out. These are all simple examples of life, please understand. Like two children, think of two children. I want this balloon, I want this balloon. Suppose you are little elderly, what do you do? Okay, when he is wanting that balloon, let him play. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the fellow will be tired and drop the balloon and go away. You can't do anything with that balloon, the person is not there. Grown-up babies are like that. Grown-up human beings are like grown-up babies. It is like a mood. I want this. Okay, give it to him for 10 days. See what happens. After 11th day, you will be tired. Now you can have it for the rest of your life. My pillow. All right, take this pillow. And when you remain comfortable with your pillow, then the fellow start wondering, what is there, something was fighting for this, now he's not interested in this, that means what he has got is better than that. Now suddenly he'll put his eye on your things. Can you believe this? The moment you remain satisfied with something, others will always have an eye on that. Like that, remember the story I told in the beginning. You just hold a book and hang around. So everybody will think that book is giving you the knowledge. I mean, this is why the living becomes so exciting to see through millions of dimensions of human emotions. How crazy an ignorant person can be. Anyway, whereas nirvikalpa swabhasya, one who is no vikalpa, no modifications, labha labhe, whether it is loss and gain, labha alabha, loss or gain, that consideration of loss and gain is not there. Please understand. It is just like playing a game. Do you enjoy playing football or you want only the trophy? Do you enjoy playing Scrabble or want to win only? Do you want to enjoy doing a business or a profit only? Listen carefully. Do you want to enjoy being in a relationship or whatever I say must run only? Think. Life also is a game. Why must I win? So my sense of win depends on other people being defeated? Listen carefully, friends. By defeating somebody, if you have a sense of victory, soon the other person will be so angry with you that he will try to defeat you. Winner should never be arrogant. Because the winner is arrogant, the defeated will feel you understand? The winner feels arrogant, the defeated feels condemned. as though he has lost something heavily. But if you make very light of your gain, oh, you own this thing, don't worry, what, you could have also. You are as much a wonderful player as I am. This game I am to win, next game you will win. The fellow will not have any conflict with you. It's like India now. Cricket, lords, they own, no? History after 40 years. So like that. Now 4-0. Or 8-0. 8-4. 8 runs for 4, 8-0, then 8-4. 13 balls, 4 wickets. Dum 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 dum. Now what shall we talk about it now? Oh, we taught the British people lesson, now the British fellows say they taught you a lesson. Are we going there to play the game or fight one war? I'm not telling. That is how the world is. That is how the world is. The hooligans will be there, whether football, this or that. Enjoy. Life also is a game. It's not how, whether you win or I win, how we have played the game. How we have played. I got money, you got money. Why not both get money? Why not? Let everybody get it. Let everybody be happy. No, only I should have it, so that I am special. Sick world. Imagine if everybody is happy with themselves, but they work for the comfort. And that we have told you on so many times. You are happy, I am happy with yourself. But let's do something nice, why? So that everybody is comfortable. Makes it so fantastic. Either you are superior, nor I am inferior. Just like an orchestra. Okay? Long back, giving that example, like an orchestra. In an orchestra, hundreds of different instruments are being played about. Now there is a violin, now there is a cornet, all that stuff. You suppose you have got a veena or something, drums of so many kinds. But each one plays each part. Whole orchestra is fantastic. But only one person wants to be heard. Therefore, continuously goes on doing it. His drum must be heard. Now what do? The whole music falls apart. Why? Only one person wants to be heard, you see. Same thing life. Family is an orchestra. Organization is an orchestra. Only organization. Your own physical body, mind, that is an organization. Suppose all the time the stomach is hungry, what type of life it will be? Or all the time eyes must see, only seeing. What about the nose and tongue and all those words? And I must only listen to music. What about seeing and tasting and touching and other things? Orchestra. Only this thought must be there in my head, only this thought will... No. Let every thought come. Music, an orchestra. But if one drum has to always be heard, every other music goes. So one thought only. That is, when a person feels holy, everybody feels destroyed. Another person is, unholy, so-called, secular fanatic or religious fanatic. Everything else goes away. No, everything has a place. So profit, loss, win, victory, win and defeat, doesn't matter. Jane, bane, whether you are in a forest or in a crowd, both way. Nirvikalpa svabhasya. One is nirvikalpa svabha, no vikalpa, no modification takes place. Jungle, beautiful. Township, excellent. Riverside, wow. Mountain top, fantastic. Everybody surrounded by many people, oh nice. You are all alone, super. So many thoughts, excellent. One thought, nice. One thought, excellent. So many thoughts, excellent. Everything. Na visheshasti yogi. For a yogi, for the person who does know the reality, truth for himself, here the yogi is not the one who is holding his nose. Yoga, that word has got, yoga is so, the yoga means, the ultimate word. It means the absolute knowledge about yourself. You, that is you. Then you name it so many ways, different practice also, yoga, this yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, all this stuff. One who is awakened unto himself. That is the ultimate meaning. Since everything helps towards it, so everything also is a yoga. It's like engineering, who has passed engineering, engineer. One who is studying engineering also engineer. Because he is studying now. So he is also on the path to be engineer. So yogi is one who, yogi, jnani, the ultimately person who has seen himself. At the same time, the person who is also on that path also is. So different practices are there. Anyway, I don't want to talk about this now. So yogi now. Such a person, na visheshasti. There is nothing called special in life, or everything is special. How nice, huh? Nothing is special, or everything is special. When you are happy with yourself, you look at a blade of grass. Oh, how nice! Yes, the whole beautiful mountain, super, so nice. What is so nice about it? It's all right. It's a mountain. What is so nice about it? I mean, what I'm telling is, suppose somebody says, what is so nice about it? And that makes him happy. Yes, what is so nice about it? Fine. One day we had in America, we went to see that, we had gone for a camping. Where to? That big place, Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. It's a beautiful sight. Huge rocks and all these things are there, like that, Why go to Grand Canyon? Because it happened, I'll tell you, but we can locally example also we can take. So Grand Canyon, we went and came back. Then when we were having a dinner with somebody on Saturday night, we came back and we had dinner. Then the person asked, Swamiji, where all have you been? Oh, we went to so many places, it's Grand Canyon. Then this person comments, what is there? It's a hole. It's just a hole on the rock. You don't have to go to Grand Canyon for that. Suppose you go there and you say, oh, Thiru, I went to that Mahavadipuram. All these monolithic art, single stones, how nicely cut. What is there? Stones. Only stones. Now what do you do? So shall you get angry now? Why do you get angry? Because for whom, for you, whatever is precious, for that person it is very frivolous. It means nothing. Therefore you get affected. But suppose for you, that is as much precious as even frivolous. So, it is all stones. Yes, all stones. Don't go. You have enjoyed it. Let the fool not go. Why talk about it? I mean, difficult to talk about such a person. Because that's the truth. The swing is from infinity to infinity. Infinity to infinity. Na visheshasti, kva dharma, kva chava kama, kva artha, kva vivekita, idam kritam idam neti, dvandva muktasya yogina. Such a person, yogi who is dvandva mukta. Dvandva mukta means that free from conflict, duality, dvandva. Dvandva, shall it be done? Is it idam kritam, idam noiti kritam iti, dvandva. Is it done? It is not done. Shall I do this? Shall I not do this? I don't think we should do this. Other than headache. People get confused in life. Shall I stay? Shall I take the job? No, I don't think I should take the job. Shall I marry? Don't think I should marry. Shall I take up this responsibility? No, I don't think I should responsibility. Shall I give him the money? No. Shall I ask him for money? No. Shall I ask? Shall I not ask? Shall I give or shall I not give? Shall I have this thought? Shall I have not this thought? Shall I worship? Shall I not worship? Shall I do? Shall I not do? What a headache! Dvandva. This is full of dvandva. The more such beautiful vacillation you have, the greater is your pain and misery. Shall I laugh at it? No, sir, that is the problem. Now, in one stroke you can counteract the whole thing. Understand, vacillation is a condition. Vacillating individual is the problem. Vacillation is a condition. Are you getting that point? Change is a condition. rain or summer? Does the rain worry about summer? Does the sun worry about the arrival of the rain? Yesterday, did you watch that evening cloud? Oh boy. I just come out of my room, whoa, massive dark cloud, almost 5-10 years back I had seen once. I said, oh, yo, Madras. And yesterday as you look up, you can believe there are 3 big birds. They must be either those pelicans or they must be 3, some type of eagles, big birds, They were struggling to come against, they are moving into this side, from that is south, it's north. South to north they were traveling. And they were, how much they are struggling. Then at one time, I think they must have been tired, they just gave up. Ooh, they went. I was so pleased. I said, why are you traveling this way? They must have something, no? Something must have got. Just went. Because so people are like that. Only against the wind I must go and reach that place. Why? Go with the wind. But he is telling I am a rascal. Yes, I am a rascal. What's wrong? Go with the wind. No, if I say I am a wise man, I will go with the wind. You are not wise, you are otherwise. If I am infinity, can I not be finite? If I am immortal, can I not take mortality? If I am the absolute happiness, can I not take some inconveniences? That is why you become an incomparable person. Everybody can have that. Everybody. Understand? This vacillation. Shall I not? Shall I? That vacillation is a state of mind. It's a condition. It's a condition. That's not a problem. Please. The rising and falling waves is not a problem. If I am rising with the wave and I am falling with the wave, then it becomes a problem. Rising, falling wave, is it a problem? If you are standing apart and seeing the falling and rising waves, is it a problem or beauty? Wow, look at the size of the waves, surfing. But you are inside it, woohoo. Old story, Mullah, sleeping in the outside, suddenly there is a noise. And his wife runs out of the home, from the room inside, the summer night, Mullah is sleeping outside. So some Mullah's wife runs out and says, what happened? Mullah says, nothing happened. He said, nothing happened, such a big noise. I'm stupid, but not that stupid. He said, no, my shirt fell down. Don't give me that. Your shirt falling down, it will be such a big noise. I was inside it. Shirt falling down will not make noise unless you are inside it. A thought by itself will not make any noise unless you are inside it. A thought is not a problem until you are inside. You are inhabiting. You have taken residence in your thought. That's good. You have got residence in your thought. How many thoughts is a house? So you are a man of million residences, isn't it? For every thought you have. So now you have to take care of every house. Headache. The person is homeless. Aniketa sthiramatihi bhaktiman me priyo naraha. Aniketa. The fellow has no home. He doesn't take up any residence in the thoughts, nor he takes any residence in the body, in different conditions of the body, nor he anything has got to claim his own. Everything is there for some time to live, including the house outside, body here, thoughts inside. All are temporary residence. Aniketa. Homeless. Therefore, happiest man in the world. Homes can be demolished, shelters can be thrown away, but truth, yourself ever remain the same. Such a person, therefore such a person. Dvandva mukta, there is no conflict of any kind. Idam krutam, idam na krutam, I did this, I did not do this. Why it is not there? What dharma? What is the dharma you are talking about? Ayyo, tell it to the religious fellow, he will kill you. What dharma? You need to say that Kwadharma means therefore the fellow is adharmic. Please listen carefully. Dharma is opposed to adharma. Adharma is opposed to dharma. Righteousness is opposed to unrighteousness. Unrighteousness is opposed to righteousness. Who you are is dharma dharma vivarjita. Beyond dharma and adharma. Therefore, you are as much comfortable with the dharma, that much comfortable with the opposite, the adharma of it. Because who you are is not opposed to adharma. Who you are is not opposed to dharma. You are comfortable with dharma and adharma. Because dharma and adharma are two relative conditions. In one condition it may appear dharma, in another condition it may appear adharma. In one condition it may appear adharma, which will be a dharma at a later stage. Right or wrong? How do you decide? Understand? Just like the opposite of the death, the opposite of birth is what? Death. The opposite of death is birth. The opposite of death is not deathlessness. Death is a relative condition. Birth is a relative condition. So that is why with every birth there is a death. 12:5 is dead, 12:6 is born. Birth means death of the previous condition. Death means birth of a new condition. Whereas life, existence is not opposed to birth or death. In existence, eternity, consciousness, beginning and end, both continue. When something begins, something is ending. So the beginning, the opposite of beginning is not a beginningless. Opposite of end is not beginning. The opposite of beginning is not beginningless. Opposite of beginning is end. Opposite of end is beginning. Beginningless accommodates beginning as well as end. Endless accommodates as well beginning and end. Therefore, beginningless, endless, eternity, immortality is not opposed to anything. That which is the absolute, the reality, consciousness is not opposed to dharma or adharma. It is not opposed to kama or nishkam. It is not opposed to artha or anartha. That is why everything is fine. How do you talk to these things to people? The person who is totally stuck on the relative things. Not that relative things as bad, no. Road, listen carefully. There is a left side, road side, left side, right side. Is it for the traveler or for the road? Left side, right side. Is it for the traveler or for the road? Because which side of the road is left side and which side? From that side when you come, that is left, this is right. When you go this side, this is left, that is right. So it is left side or right side? Depends on who is traveling. From which direction you are traveling? Then who is traveling? Ordinary person traveling, left side, right side. Drunken fellow traveling, suicide. Neither left side nor right side, suicide. The governor is passing, what left, what right? He can be on the center of the road. Dharma dharma vivarjitaha. Nistraigunyo pathi vicharatam ko vidhi ko nisheda. Vidhi nisheda. For the, it always there. There are certain things which should be done, should not be done. But once you understand who you are and everything, then there are certain things which doesn't affect you. That doesn't give a sanction to remove the vidhi and do the nisheda. It's not like that. You are living in the world, so you follow the traffic rule. But you know for sure. These are all relative considerations. This physical body, today it is young, tomorrow it will be old. The youth and the old age of the body doesn't make any difference to me. Artha, poverty, prosperity. Prosperity can be seen as poverty, poverty can be seen as the prosperity. Dharma can be seen as the adharma, adharma can be seen as a dharma. Ordinary times eating human flesh. Any flesh. Why a human flesh? Any flesh. You caught a goat or animal or anything. No. But when you are in Eskimo countries, it's a dharma. If you don't, you will be dead, others will be dead. Suppose you say, no, let me die, but let not the fish die, then you die, no problem. What to do? Let not the seal die, but let me die. You can't expect that. Kama. What do you call as the kama? Can be nishkama. Listen. Kama is very bad. How can you say kama is also can be good? Dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Bhagavan says so beautifully. Dharma viruddha bhuteshu. The person who is dharma viruddha, one who is with himself, one with the God, one with everything, there is nothing other than him. In such a person, I am the kama, the desire. Only when you are there, even your nishkama becomes a kama. I am a person who has no desire. Ayyayyo. I don't expect anything from anybody. Enough. It's like the people telling the Ekadasi when everybody is eating, I am fasting, big loud voice. Why? So that everybody gets guilt that they are not fasting. So your nishkama, I don't have any desire. That means everybody else have desire. That is not, you understand, your nishkama, if it invokes guilt in others, that is not niskama. Because there you are declaring your niskama, you are declaring yourself as desireless, so that other people, you become superior to other people who have desires. When you have a kama, when you have no such desire, even if you are desiring, it will not give a guilt to anybody. Why? Because if it is there, fine. Because without desire, you cannot achieve things in life. For my happiness, I don't have a desire. To have a next food, next meal, next house, there is a desire. If I get it, fantastic. Do not get it, fantastic. Who will understand this? Only you can understand it for yourself. What is artha, anartha? What is artha? Prosperity. The prosperity can be a poverty. If you are dissatisfied, prosperity is poverty. If you are satisfied, even your poverty is riches. Manasicha paritushte kodhani kodaridra. When your mind is satisfied, you are contented with yourself. What poverty, what prosperity? I am as happy with poverty, that happy with the prosperity. Okay, I want to do something, prosperity will be better. I want to help somebody, prosperity will be better. That is for others' sake, not for my sake. That is why you can sit on millions, but nothing belongs to you. Trustee. It's like a trust. The trust, the whole creation, Bhagavan, like says that, Ishvara, what is that? Mahagrudha, Kasya Siddhanam. Don't crave anything. Why? For whose it is? Mahagrudha, never covet. Why? Kasya Siddhanam, whose it is? Meaning, it belongs to Ishvara, all Ishvara. Therefore, we are like using it for some time, then drop it and move on. Very good. Idam kutam, na idam kutam iti dvande mukta yogina. So there is no such conflict in life. We shall see tomorrow. Oh, this one let me finish. Krutyam kimaipa naivasti. Nakwapi rudiranjana. Yatha jivan veya jivan muktasya yogina. Such a person who is a jivan mukta, living liberated. Yogi who is jivan mukta, living liberated. Living because body is breathing, mind there is thoughts, perception takes place. Liberated because he is with himself. See that? How nice. Jivan mukta means your own description. Your body is breathing, sense organs perceive the whole creation, thoughts are there, perception of impressions are there, and you are conscious, and you are with yourself. You are one with the consciousness, not with the thoughts that you have picked up, Either these sense organs you identify with, either your physical body or the world. Such a person, Jivan Mukta. Ask yourself, where are you? With the world? With the body? With your senses? With your thought? Or with yourself? Be with the self, then choose to be with anything. How nice. Jivan Mukta. Living, liberated. Living because you are with yourself. Living because everything is there. But liberated because you are with yourself. Where from this bandha comes? When somehow you lose yourself, instead of being conscious, now you identify with all that you are conscious of. And the first identification is the I thought. Repeat it again and again, please. Repeat it again and again until it becomes effortless for you. Repeat it again and again. I don't need to say I to be myself. I don't need to think I to be myself. You don't need the word I to be. Your sense of being doesn't depend upon a name, a thought, an idea, a concept. Nothing. What a relief. No word is needed. You and me. Therefore, just to be yourself, to be happy with yourself, to be immortal, to be ever-existing, to be free. Krutyam kimapi naivasti. There is no such thing which should be done for me to be me. Think, for me to be me, for you to be you, for me to be me, what should you do? But for me to be old, wait for the body to become old. For me to be timeless, what shall I do? To be timeless. To be young, I'm baby now, no? 10-year-old, I want to be young, yes, wait for 10 years. I want to be old, wait for 50 years. But to be an engineer, read engineering, pick up engineering thoughts. Lawyer, pick up law thoughts. Musician, put up some music, pick up some music stuff. Cook, do something. But to be yourself, what should you do? To have comfort for the physical body, pick up, what shall I have? A nice house, car, this, air conditioning, yes. To be myself, to be happy. Naivasti kinchit krutyam kimapi naivasti. There is no such thing to be done. What a relief, eh? What a relief. Nakvapi rudiranjana. There is nothing to be done. Also there is no such thing. This must be done. Rudi ranjana. Ranjana means raga, shobana adhyasa raga. Raga means Shobhanad, where you see something, you see pleasure in an object, you see happiness in an object, you see security in money, those are the adhyas, superimposition. You no more have any superimposition on anything. That is a diamond. Precious, your choice. The food is nice, is okay. Addiction, your choice. I want it, this is so nice, so nice. You repeat and you get into trouble. Think. Anybody born with coffee addiction? Alcoholic? But this thing I have told you, you have heard it. This time, in this London, when there is a newspaper report, you cannot believe. There are hundreds of children are born addict. Born drug addict because the mothers were drug addict. Therefore, children are born drug addict. They have to be given drugs, or the children getting, baby born gets withdrawal syndrome. So they have to be given the drugs, cured, kept up, and then cured and all that stuff. Can you believe? Because genetically. So physically you can be destroyed by your mommy, but mentally you can't come with the same thoughts like the mother. Lucky, no? Lucky. That's a physically anybody can torture you, affect you, destroy you. Anybody. Time will make you old. People can make you poor. Somebody can hit your body and can make you wounded. An accident can kill your body. Physical body unprotected. Mind, nobody can touch. But until somebody touches it, listen carefully. By the time somebody touches it, if you are already prepared for it, nobody can touch it. But suppose a child, helpless, indoctrinated, 10-year-old, takes a gun to kill people means what? Defending his God, defending his religion, defending his political faith. What can you do? 10-year-olds. Destroy. That is why one best thing you can do for anybody is helping the children, helping the grown-ups to keep their mind open. Not stuck with an idea. This is what it is. How do you do that? Help him to know about himself. When you are stuck means what? Your idea, listen carefully. When you say you are stuck with an idea means what? You are stuck. The idea is not stuck. You are stuck. Religion is not fanaticism. You are a fanatic. No idea is fanaticism. But you are fanatic. This is what I believe in. What to do? As they say, when you say the key is lost, ask yourself who is feeling lost. When your key is lost, who is feeling lost? The cow is lost. Cow is lost. Cow is hanging around. You feel lost because your cow is not there. The key is not lost. You feel lost. Key is somewhere. Are you getting that point? The key is somewhere. The key doesn't feel lost. Key doesn't feel lost. Oh, he has left me under this bed and gone. Oh, I'm so breathless. Huh? The key does not feel lost. You feel lost. When you say faith is lost, you feel lost. That is why you. Confidence is lost means you are lost. You understand? Anything lost, you are lost. Because you don't know about yourself. When you know about yourself, who you are, your confidence is supreme, faith is supreme, happiness is supreme, prosperity, everything is supreme. Why? Because you are there in and through everything. Oh, what to say? Therefore, there is no such thing to be done for me to be happy, or neither I impose happiness in the object to get that object. And then having done it, shall I have it, shall I not have it? This type of conflict doesn't exist. For whom? Jivan Muktasya Yogina. Man is living liberated, ever abiding in himself, restful with himself, being the happiness itself, as it is, everything is beautiful. Naivatasya krutenartha, Bhagavad Gita, Naivatasya krutenartha, na akrutaneha kaschana. Sthira buddhi asammuda. Naivatasya krutenartha. There is no such thing that he must do, or there is no such thing which you cannot do. Everything is okay, the person is Sthira buddhi asammudha brahmavid brahmani sthita. Sthira buddhi. The buddhi is sthira, abiding in himself. Brahmavid brahmani sthita. One who knows himself, abiding in himself. Okay? Close your eyes. At this moment, the world stops. No sounds. You are yourself. Who you are is not the absence of thought, nor who you are is the presence of a thought. The space doesn't depend upon presence or absence of cloud. The space is not the absence of cloud, nor it is dismissed in the presence of cloud. Who you are is not the presence of a thought, nor it is absence of a thought. Either it is a presence of a perception or absence of perception. It is not the presence of a sensation or the absence of it. It is not the presence of an object or the absence of it. Who you are is independent of every condition. Be that living, liberative. Living because body is, everything is, liberated because you are with yourself.